All right, let me just pick out. We're not doing music for this particular stream, just simply because it's the music isn't really going to help with the actual stream itself. So hold on, I'm in so many Discord servers, it's not even funny. So we're gonna get started here in just a minute, guys. No music. This will just be strictly me talking, so that way there's no distractions in regards to everything that we're gonna be talking about. No, you're not late, Zach. We are just getting started. I just started the stream about a minute ago. No, Slam, you are not late either. Everyone shut up. You're not late. I just started the stream. Okay. And now I'm going to publish this with the followers. Yes. Okay, now let me just make sure one other thing. I got to do this because I got to toggle the streamer mode because half the time it doesn't show up. All right. So welcome in, everybody. There's no music for the stream, and that's mainly because this is going to be one of the more serious streams that I'm doing here on the channel. As you guys know, Fordman Productions hasn't been doing the best as of late. We have attempted to host 2 different events, and each and every one of them, and both events have either been outright canceled or switched to a party that never has happened. So in this stream, we're going to be going for about an hour, maybe slightly less, depending on how many people show up. And we're just going to talk about what is going on in regards to Fordman Productions, why the events have been having a rough time happening, why we've been having an issue getting these events going, and why they're going to be, and why it's going not the greatest in general. And then we're also going to also talk about what the future holds for Fordman Productions, because despite these last couple months being a little bit strange, in regards to what we're doing, it's gonna be a lot better. I do believe that the future is gonna be bright for Fordman Productions, and I'm glad you guys are all here because this is something I want to bring everybody into the conversation about. Because unlike other Roblox EDM groups, I want to be open with everybody about what's going on with Fordman Productions, why there hasn't been any events, and what we're going to do going forward to start hosting parties in later events, so that way we can get Fordman Productions back up to hosting active events and doing parties every month. So I guess we should hop right into the first major thing before we hop into the future of it, and that is why Fordman Productions hasn't had an event in a couple months. As you know, we have had multiple events that we have scheduled in the past. One being the Underground Rave, which was supposed to be last month, but that never happened. And then over the weekend, we should have had the Birthday Bash, which also never happened. The main reason for that is because when I originally made those events, I sent out an application saying, hey, apply for this event. People did apply, to my surprise. I was not expecting many people to apply, but there were so many people applying that I ended up splitting the lineup to basically in half, to where basically anyone the 4 people who applied for the Birthday Bash or the Underground Rave, I can't remember what one it was, whoever applied for whatever event it was going to happen first would play that event, and then a select group of others would play the Birthday Bash event, which would have taken place a couple days ago. unfortunately, none of those events never happened, and there's kind of a legit reason as to why. After I made those lineups and initially announced those to everybody, I asked people to DM me the times that they were free and when they were free, so that way I could get the dates in order and get the timetable in order for each of those events. Some people did go through and DM me when they were free. Other people did not. I'm not going to name names, but the main reason for that is because that's one of the big reasons why both events really didn't happen, because I had no idea when people were free and when people were wanting to play and all that stuff, because I needed everyone to DM me that, and not everyone did that. So that's the main reason why both of them were canceled, and why I was planning on ending up hosting the birthday bash as a party instead of a full-blown event. So that leads me into why those events never happened, even though I just said that. Part of it also has to do with the fact that I have a lot of other things on my plate when it comes to other games. As you guys know, Fordman Productions is not the only thing I'm focusing on when I'm on my computer. When I'm on my computer, I am also part of a 5M roleplay community known as Malibu Sunset. There I am role-playing as a police officer, and that requires a lot of my time as well. And along with that, doing these other streams for you guys, that also takes up time as well. So I can't focus on Fordman Productions all the time. Even though I'm doing a lot of dev streams and getting a lot of stages ready for events, it's just one of those things where these events are really not going to happen without like a really big backing from the Fordman Productions community. Excuse me, guys. So yeah, blurp again. Oh god. But so basically, that's why the Fordman Productions hasn't been going the best as of the last couple months. I know I've been announcing events and them ending up not happening, but I'm going to change that, which leads me into what we're going to do in the future to help with the inactivity, we'll say, of events and parties from Fordman Productions. As you guys heard in one of the previous announcements, my plan for Fordman Productions is for at least the rest of this year is to focus on hosting parties instead of doing full-blown events. Now, these parties are going to be open deck parties, and they will be live mixing only. No pre-recorded sets for these parties. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be a party if we're just playing a set that someone had recorded previously. So, live mixing parties where you're actually DJing live and not having a pre-recorded set being played. I believe that in this way, we can get Fordman Productions back active with parties, with some form of events in the form of these parties, while also being able to maintain the development rate that we're making these stages. That we're making these stages at with the Fordman development team, with the FMP development team. Roblox can't pre-record anymore, sadly. Well, a lot of people are pre-recording their mixes using their real-life DJ equipment as well. That's the thing. Which also is something else that I want to bring up here. Part of the reason why I wanted to get into the event space was because now a lot of you guys are going to hate me for saying this, but I am actually pretty glad that the Roblox copyright system came into effect and removed a lot of the IDs there. Now, I will admit, when I first started out in the Roblox EDM community, I was DJing on the in-game CDJs that were in there with using the Roblox IDs. But I think we can all agree here that the Roblox copyright system actually made things a whole lot easier in terms of DJing for everyone else, because the Roblox CDJs that we had, you guys will know it, the Creds CDJ 2000 Nexus 2 set, later the updated 3000 set that Slam built here, those were used in a lot of games, but the problem was it was impossible to beat match tracks. And the reason for that is you didn't have a BPM readout like you do on the real life kits. And basically every DJ controller, DJ software, all that stuff. You didn't have a BPM reader, codec thingy, whatever. They didn't have a BPM counter, so you knew what BPM was for what song. That's one of the big things that the real life DJ equipment has. They have the BPM counter, so you can beat match the tracks, and just overall, your mixes will be better. So that's one of the big reasons why I wanted to get back into doing this kind of stuff. Now, originally, when Fordman Productions first started out, it was originally an event broadcasting company. Now, if you guys have been around the community quite a bit, you guys will remember that exactly is why we started in the first place. We wanted to provide high-quality festival broadcasts, and we sort of achieved that goal. We did have some stiff competition from Roblox FM, which, by the way, rip Roblox FM. We did have stiff competition from Roblox FM, and that's primarily also because I also did broadcast for Roblox FM. But later on, I ended up producing the broadcast for Roblox FM under Fordman Productions, under the Fordman Productions brand. So that is also something that I was also doing alongside with Fordman Productions. And I think the reason why Fordman Productions didn't get as many broadcasts back in the original iteration is because of the fact that that's the whole reason why Fordman Productions wasn't as active in its first iteration as it normally would be, as it is nowadays. The big reason for that is just because of of me working with Roblox FM and Damien to do broadcasts for them instead of focusing on Fordman Productions. Now, as you guys will know, Fordman Productions, not Fordman Productions, but as you guys know, Roblox FM did shut down a couple months ago. Actually, it was like last month or the month before that it shut down. And I'm not going to lie, it did hurt to see Roblox FM go, because I did do a lot of the major broadcasts. In fact, the first ever broadcast that I was part of was the Tomorrowland 2019 broadcast. And if you guys will remember, if you watched that broadcast in any way, shape, or form, you guys will know that to this day, that is still my favorite broadcast that I've ever done for Fordman Productions. Or not Fordman Productions, but for Roblox FM. Because that was my first ever broadcast there. That broadcast ended up being 6 hours long. And that was crazy. And you guys can still go onto the Roblox FM YouTube page if it's still online, which I'm pretty sure it is. And you can go back and you can relive that first broadcast in the form of all the major sets, especially Damien's closing set. Now, to be fair, back when that happened, the camera system wasn't as prominent as it was now. Had the camera system been prominent back then, that broadcast would have been way better. But overall, I think that broadcast turned out really good, and still to this day is going to be one of my all-time favorite broadcasts I did for Roblox FM. Now, we are getting off topic a little bit. Moving on from that, Fordman Productions in this new iteration has always been about making events and parties to ensure that everyone is enjoying what we're doing. These are fully custom stages. From the start, the second iteration of Fordman Productions has always been about making completely custom stages, not basically doing recreations like a lot of other groups are doing. Essentially, we're trying to be different from other groups, making these custom stages using our own imaginations. Now, you're probably thinking, how are we going to do that with the amount of stages we've been working recently? We basically made 2 different variations of pretty much every stage I have access to. That is where this bigger announcement comes in. Now, Slam, I didn't intend to make this early into the broadcast, but I do want to just make this announcement right here now that I'm thinking about it as well. As you guys know, one of the launch partners for Fordman Productions is a company called Multimedia Solutions that you guys can see within the chat there, the Multimedia Solutions Roblox YouTube page. I am proud to announce that we're finally getting Multimedia Solutions off the ground and is a publicly known company. Now, the reason why I'm announcing it is because I am one of the co-founders of that group, and I'm going to be working behind the scenes on different products to release for you guys under the Multimedia Solutions banner. Now, you're probably also asking, Ford, how are you going to balance that with everything else that you stated earlier? Well, this is something major that I'm going to be changing here, and this is something that's going to go overall for FMG TV. As you guys know, the 5M streams, although they're not as frequent anymore, they are moving back to FMG TV. That's one of the big parts here. Now, one of the bigger things here is the development streams that are going to be happening are not going to be happening as often as they usually are. I'm not going to be working on Roblox stuff as much in terms of stages for Fordman Productions, because I'm going to start focusing on working on different products for multimedia solutions. And part of that is going to be because of the fact that we need to get multimedia solutions off the ground, so that way not only are we going to start making Robux off of Multimedia Solutions products, but we are also going to work on making the demand. We are growing fairly fast. Yeah. But also, I'm also going to work on making these products so that way we can actually use them in the Fordman Productions games. So yeah, we are growing fairly fast already, and I'm really looking forward to working on some stuff there too. Occasionally, I will do Multimedia Solutions dev streams. Oh, someone's at the door. Hold on a minute. Alright guys, we back. Sorry about that. My phone might go off because the water district guy had to come here and he's having to replace something in our water system. But yeah, so essentially what's going on, multimedia solutions is it's going to start taking up more of my time. Regardless, it's going to start taking up more of my time alongside the whole Fordman Productions, along with the Malibu RP stuff. So I have a lot of stuff on my plate. So there's chances are that over time, I'm going to be focusing on one thing more than the other, and then I'm going to flip-flop it around to do that stuff. So that way I'm doing multiple different things, along with playing my usual games as well. Which also leads me into one of the final things. I didn't intend for this to go as long as I initially wanted to. Audio stream bitrate 0 is lower than the current bitrate. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me play this back. Yeah, let me just make sure. Live broadcast. Yeah, let me just make sure. Live broadcast. Okay, yeah, you guys are able to hear me. But yeah, so that's essentially, so you're probably asking Ford, what are you going to do to combat the lack of activity from Fordman Productions? Obviously, one of the big things we're doing is we're going to focus on hosting parties instead of doing full-blown events with pre-made lineups, pre-made sets all in advance. I feel that way that Fordman Productions can be a little bit better as well. I think Fordman Productions would be a lot better if we were to say focus on doing parties instead of full-blown events, because parties are something that we can do easily and more often. I just think that's how we're going to do it for the rest of the year. Like I said, that's how we're going to do it for the rest of the year. That's a lot of the stuff that I wanted to talk about here. I'm going to open up the chat here. Obviously, there are people in the chat, so if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will I'll try and get those answered pretty quickly. I had intended to this probably to be a lot longer than usual, but there's a chance it might not be as long because a lot of other people haven't been. Not as many people are tuning in as I thought they would. Then again, I probably should have done this yesterday, but we shall see. But yeah, I'm opening up the Q&A part of this stream here. So if you guys have any questions, throw them in chat. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Windows decided to update in the middle of the stream. Woo, nice. But yeah, so essentially what it comes down to, future Fordman Productions, it's going to be pretty bright. Alongside with stuff I'm doing for multimedia solutions, I'm doing quite a bit on Roblox overall. So I think this is going to be a big difference for both me and the stream as well. As the stream is becoming more varied overall as well, especially with the holidays coming up. I have some big holiday stream plans as well. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions for me regarding the future of Fordman Productions, be sure to let me know. Yeah, I want to see what multimedia solutions will make next. That's one of the big things that I'm also going to do here in the future. Now that we're getting multimedia solutions off the ground, we are going to start doing development streams for products for multimedia solutions as well. Those dev streams are going to be me and the multimedia solutions developers working on making different products for us to sell within the space for Fordman Productions, or is selling the space for multimedia solutions. And then Artie is asking if we'll do any game nights. That could be something we do in the future, yeah. that could be something to help keep Fordman Productions active when I don't have any events playing for a specific week or two. Yeah, I think that would be something good. I'll probably make out an announcement here later today, asking people what their most commonly played games are, and I'll make a channel for it, and we'll just go from there. In terms of that, because that could be something to do. Something else I could also do is I could also host movie nights as well. Any collabs for your other partners? That is actually a good partner. That is actually a good question, you. So for those of you guys who haven't been around the Fordman Productions group. Oh, hang on, my dad's calling me. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, movie nights, that's also going to be a potential thing. And yeah, back to what you was saying. Back to you's question. For those of you guys who haven't been following Fordman Productions for as long as other people, our first ever event was a collaboration between Fordman Productions and Reverse Entertainment, which is owned by Dylan. And that was the Park and Rave that we did. Now, to answer that question, if any partners want to do a collaboration between Fordman Productions and their group for an event, they are more than welcome to reach out to me, and I can start a game, and we can get a stage set up for it. That is definitely something we can make happen to collaborate on an event in the future. So if you guys are, whether or not you're a partner of Fordman Productions or you're an owner of another group that you see potential in Fordman Productions and want to host an event with Fordman Productions, you guys are more than welcome to DM me directly, Fordman #5567 on Discord, and you guys can talk to me. We can get a group going. We can get a game going. I can add you to the team, add you as a friend on Roblox if needed, and we can just get something out of the way. Because I think that's also something that's going to help keep Fordman Productions fed with events. If we have different groups coming to me and basically doing collaborative events with Fordman Productions, that could also be a way for us to grow Fordman Productions as a whole and continue to host events along with parties as usual. So I think that is going to be one of the bigger things that Fordman Productions will have. But yeah, as for movie nights, those are interesting. So movie nights are going to be something big for Fordman Productions as well. This is also something I've been thinking about doing in my main FMG TV server as well. In fact, I actually should announce that I'm going to start doing movie nights in there as well. Because I have a ton of I have quite a few streaming services I can go for. But yeah. So, basically to answer you's question, if either partners or other groups want to collaborate on an event, they are more than welcome to DM me. Alright, so moving forward with that, one of the other things I want to talk about in regards to the future of Fordman Productions is the lighting wise. If you guys have not heard by now, I thought I have a burp coming. Excuse me. Yeah. If you guys haven't heard by now, yesterday Sanox Lighting had their Technica beta code leaked. Now, this is going to be more of a serious talk here as well, and I want to make something crystal clear to you guys. I do not support leaking in any way, shape, or form. You guys will remember back about a week or two ago, we came across a visual system that I recognized from one of the Ultra 2022 remakes on Roblox. I was later contacted by the original creator of that visual system saying it was leaked and to not use it. So, the moment I found out about that, I deleted it from my computer and we are not using that visual system. The way Fordman Productions has worked, and it will continue to work, is any tech that we use on our stages is sourced either directly from the source, or I make sure I have permission from the original creators to be using it. That's how Fordman Productions works, and that's how Fordman Productions will always work forever. For as long as Fordman Productions is up, that's how things will work. Now you're probably asking, Ford, what does this have to do with Fordman Productions? It has to do with Fordman Productions is because the reason why this has something to do with Fordman Productions is because I recently bought the Technica Alpha for use in stages under the recommendation of Zach. Now, some people are going to hate me for going the route of even getting that lighting system in the first place. But the fact that the beta system got leaked put the final nail in the coffin for what I'm about to say next. Going forward, Fordman Productions is going to be using either industrial or native or inertia lighting products exclusively. Those three groups we can trust, and those three groups have really good lighting products. The most common lighting system you're going to see in the Roblox in FMP events are going to be the stuff from inertia lighting. Or not inertia, but industrial lighting. Industrial lighting's system is so great. I really like it. We're going to be using that from now on for every stage we make in Fordman Productions. And every now and again, we'll throw in some native or inertia lighting stuff as well. I think that will be the best possible choice for Fordman Productions in the long-term future. And what if Alex? I think that this will be one of the biggest things that Fordman Productions has ever done, is committing the group to using one lighting system 95% of the time. It's only fair that we do that because Industrial Lighting System, we are being backed by the owner of Industrial Lighting himself and the developer of the system, Confi himself, for the system. He has... I got my license for the system, and I ended up getting Tactical Ducky a license for the system, which also actually leads me to another thing. As you guys know, I do have permission to use the Tactical Ducky speaker system. The thing with that is you're not going to see it in every event. The reason for that is because of the fact that if I were to use it in a system, in a stage, it would have to be only on a stage that only me, Slam, and Codec and Custom Tag have Team Create access to. Because I do have permission as long as I'm not having anybody who doesn't have permission from TAC on the Team Create. Which is simple. It's simple for me to follow, and it's simple overall to follow for me as well, so it's no big deal. But it does mean you're not going to see the system in the speaker pack, the Tactical Lucky speaker pack, in every system. In every stage. On stages that I do work with my other developers on, Zach, you hit it right on the dot. We are going to be using the example audio pack. So you're going to see different audio systems in there. And I think probably what I'll do is for the smaller stages, I will use the tactical speaker pack just simply because of the fact that it will work better for smaller stages. But yeah, that is what's going on in regards to lighting wise and audio wise for Fordman Productions as well. Like I said, guys, if you do have any further questions for me, go ahead and throw it in the chat, and I will answer them the best I can. If you guys don't have any more questions, then I will finish things up and go grab some lunch, and I'm gonna probably hop on Malibu this afternoon. I haven't seen any new questions pop up, so I'm assuming you guys don't have anything else for me. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this little live chat here. Just wanted to come on do a little live chat just to let you know, hey, this is what's going on with Fordman Productions, why there's no events going on. We are going to change that, as I stated earlier, with the form of parties, at least for the rest of this year. And as for tech-wise, we're using the industrial system for pretty much all of our stages, except for a select few, which we may use other tech for. And we're also going to be using 2 different types of speaker packs for different stages as well. So I appreciate everybody coming out and discussing all this stuff with me, hearing what I have to say. The future is bright for Fordman Productions. 2023 is going to be a big year for Fordman Productions as well. So I can't wait to get going on that. One of the parties we're going to host is, if I'm in town, we'll host a New Year's Eve party. And we'll try and go to midnight for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, guys. I will keep you guys up to date with future stuff that we do in terms of Fordman Productions. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in whatever stream I do next.